Alright, so this is fairly new. I have not memorized it because I keep rewriting it. So bear with me. You know, might be some stumbling and all, but you know, appreciate your patience in advance. You know what I'm saying? Word. Alright. So this is called Another Poem Too Late. Feel free to come in on some like low key, you know, whatever you want. Cool, that's what's up. So, I mean, this election is really serious for me. It becomes really personal when you got people involved in the war that's happening right now. And you know, recently somebody in my family got shipped off. You know, so this poem is sort of about that. Heart smashed itself against the left curve of my ribcage when I got the word. Grandmother always burdened as the bearer of bad news. You, baby brother whose eyes once bubbled wide at glory tales of war and toy guns, now shipped to your Middle Eastern sandbox after being trained on how to unload one. This mine a clip, reloading images of you, mangled amongst hundreds or worse, you, American military cadaver. But I thought we had enough time together, just the right amount of bonding between breakfast bites and Saturday cartoons. I thought I taught you better. Not to sign one soul of this family away on the military's front line, dotted with working class faces of color just like yours. Haven't spoken in more than 4 years. Only recognize the low and slow sway of your tongue from recent attention I paid to your internet video updates. I was in the process of forgetting. Last I called, your stepmother answered. Wish this mouth was torch enough to weld my request for your voice on the phone. But her jealousy of us umbilically connected, the sugarcane machete severing his tongue. So I hung up for the last time. My anger demanded the dial tone. Never got a chance to drop you that last poem. Saw the Navy photo of grandfather on your MySpace page. Wonder what fabricated tales of battle he told you to believe. I bet he didn't mention that he was nothing more than a mess hall attendant, cleaning dishes in exchange for a trip around the world. Never thought you'd continue the veteran legacy. Another Mr. Morris who never pursued education long enough to pay tuition. I thought I taught you not to play this game. Or maybe I just wish I did. Sent the poem I wrote after you got an F on your 8th grade report card. 2 years after you graduated from high school, 1 year too late. Stepmother called to tell us that the once greasy-haired little boy who shares my last name is now barely filling Air Force uniform in the middle of this war on terrorism. Suddenly, every student who slipped into camouflage after barely passing my class came to mind. Realizing that I know you less than the students whose memory you conjure the news of your departure, the most jagged words I ever had to stuff into esophagus. If you survive, the U.S. got a cardboard box under scaffolding on the corner of some gentrified block for another soldier come home. But I wanted so many more doors swung open for you. Had visions of my little brother leaning back, swinging tassels to the other side of a college graduation cap. Now filled with contempt for a government I want to think is holding you hostage, but you volunteered. Starting to dismiss you as another kid programmed from an overdose of repeated war scenarios on PSP, but I swear it ain't the way America depicts it on video gaming screens. Remember when you questioned me about your father? The sound of your then 8-year-old voice rushes me in sharp pains. All I had to tell you were crumpled scraps of him I salvaged from word-of-mouth dumpsters our families emptied into my ears. How deafening my 13-year-old lack of an answer was. We bonded about daddy never being a familiar word in our vocabulary as we looked at each other in the paint section of Home Depot while watching grandmother's stuff shuffle through colors on a shelf of abandoned paint cans. Trying to remember if I knew to hug you the way our fathers never would. Curl this love around your neck, forearm pressing slightly concave the space between your collarbone and burgeoning Adam's apple, squeezing just enough to distract you from the bloating of your questions, or maybe I just wish I did. I got love that wilted for the clumsy little boy who stumbled head first into doorknobs. The same hand I held while consoling you with cold compress upon swollen 5-year-old forehead is now cocked to 20-year-old frontal lobe, pledging allegiance to a government that don't even cover the cost of prosthetic limbs. Better not come home with so much as a fingernail missing. I wish this poem could protect you. Don't want my little brother to know what a child's fresh flesh gushes like. The one who used to cry upon receiving his first blow during a game of slapbox. Come home with medals of honor for the number of Iraqi people you slaughtered in America's defense. Don't want to think about the first time things escalate and your gun is pointing in some Iraqi civilian's face. How easily you will be trained to clutch cold metal, curved away from you